Hey everyone, I'm Kelsey,
And I'm Savannah,
and you're listening to A Little Limb Different podcast.
where we are discussing all things limb difference.
We know that growing up with a limb difference can be a struggle, so we're here to help.
So join us as we cover all the hard topics for limb different girls living in a two-handed world.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 3. I'm so excited. I can't believe we're already on episode 3.
I know. Welcome back, guys.
This is just crazy, and I just want to say again, I'm so excited that everybody's loving the podcast and they're relating to it and they're finding it helpful. Like, it's just making me so happy.
I know. And like the messages that we get and like the comments, it just like warms my heart because I just wish I had this when I was younger.
Yeah. I definitely would have loved to listen to something like this.
And I think we're kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. So we can start it off with what's making you happy right now. So Savannah, what's making you happy right now?
I think in general, life. I don't have like a specific thing. I just think life is happening for me and it's like been really good, you know? I mean, I had a setback last week, as you all know, with these tires, but we are over that hump and I think life has just been really good. Like just been working. My husband got home. That's what's making me really happy.
Oh yeah.
So, he got home a few days ago and I just love having him here. It just makes me smile more and just like having another person here to talk to. I'm like always talking to my dog.
Yeah. Dogs are nice too.
They're good companions, but like just having someone there just to like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I love it when he comes home. He is usually gone for like almost a month at a time.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah. And then I never know how long he's going to be home. So, I'm just always making these plans and he just wants to like sleep, you know, and like hang out. And I'm like, no, we have to make up for lost time.
Yeah. Aw.
What about you? What is going on? What is making you happy?
Well, I watch Netflix a lot and I'm like obsessed right now with this show, Married at First Sight.
Oh my gosh.
Are you watching that?
I have watched it, yes.
Okay, I'm like obsessed. Every time I come home from work, I'm like, Paul, we need to watch it. Put it on, put it on.
I got obsessed too.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with those kind of shows. I love like Love is Blind and The Ultimatum.
I have not watched Ultimatum. I've been wanting to.
That one, at first we were like, I don't know if we'll like this, but then we ended up being obsessed with it too.
Man, the Love at First Sight one is like so hooking and there's so many episodes too.
Yeah, there is, and they're long.
I know.
I think they're like an hour and a half long each episode.
I just don't know how they do it. I would literally freak out.
Yeah, me too. I have to know.
I just love the drama with it too, though.
Yes, the drama is what keeps me watching it. All right. And yeah, I mean, like, besides that, like, I like that the spring weather is finally coming out. It's not rainy and gloomy anymore, at least where I live.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely hot in Louisiana here.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
It's
Today it was like, it got up to 90 here.
Oh, yes. That's crazy you say that because I took my dog out to go for like a walk and she came back like dying. And I was like, okay, it might be a little bit too hot to like stay out that long because she's long haired.
Oh, yeah.
She was like huffing and puffing and panting. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I gave her an ice cube. She likes ice cubes.
Aww. Yeah, I mean, I like hot weather, but it was like cloudy still. So I would prefer the sun to be out and not be so like humid.
I just want to be in Destin right now. I saw someone post like a video or like a picture of Destin and like the water is crystal clear and they're just like on the beach hanging out. Like I just wish I was there.
That sounds amazing.
I'm not far, so maybe we should get together and make a trip of it.
Yeah, that sounds fun to me. All right, so we can move on to our topic of this episode, which is dating with a limb difference. I'm excited for this episode. I think it's an interesting topic.
Oh yeah, definitely because it resonates with every single person, not even just like limb different people, but like everybody.
Dating can be very hard, but also very fun too.
Yes. I just I'm gonna be honest, like, I kinda hate dating.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad I already have my person.
Exactly, and, like, I found my husband so fast after, like, high school,
Mhm.
so dating is just so hard nowadays. I don't even know what I would do. I would just be so
Yeah.
awkward.
I know, especially since, like, I'm not in school anymore, so I don't have that, like, where I can, like, see people a lot and meet up with people, like, I would just have to go up to, like, strangers, and I don't wanna do that.
At a gas station,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah, dating is definitely it's awkward, it's hard, and I feel like we get an extra pressure because we are missing limbs and, like, we have
Mhm.
to, like, just navigate that, and it's hard because there's no roadmap to it.
Yeah, definitely. So, hopefully this podcast will help you guys.
Yes, we're definitely gonna give our insight on our dating, and I hope it helps.
Alright. So, have you ever done, like, any of the online dating, like Tinder or Bumble or anything?
So, a matter of fact, I have not done it for dating. How
Mhm.
lame I am, though, I moved to Louisiana and I was like, I am very lonely. I have 0 friends. So,
Mhm.
I did the Bumble like friend app, but I never
Mhm.
did the dating because I was already married. I don't even think when I was dating my husband, that was even a thing.
Yeah, I don't know when Bubble came out,
Yeah,
but
when
you're
did
real.
like Tinder and them come out? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but honestly, you are not missing out on much. Those
I do have friends that did the dating app, like the Tinder World and the Bumble, and, like, horrible dating experiences.
Yeah,
Like, they
and
do
then
look
there's
good in the bio, but
mhm,
I don't know, just terrible.
yeah, and then I know there's some people, like, they completely found their husband and wife and, like, fell in love, and it
I
was,
know, that's so
yeah,
cute.
it was perfect for them. But I know, like, a big thing with, people with limb differences and or disabilities in general is, do you put pictures of your limb difference on Tinder? Do you make it obvious? Like, do you put something in your bio that says, like, "I have 1 hand," or, like, make a little joke about it? So, I when I had my Tinder in college, I had that, I think, for a little bit. I always put a picture. I had some selfies, and then I would have, like, a full body picture where you could clearly tell that I had 1 hand, and I didn't put in my bio, like, "I have 1 hand," but I did make it pretty obvious that I had 1 hand.
Oh, well, that's good. I think,
Mhm.
like, to get it out of the way, I don't wanna be, like, 3 weeks in talking to this guy, and then be
Mhm.
like, "Hey, man,
Yeah, by the way.
FYI, if you see me on our date, this is what you're gonna see, like, don't be alarmed."
Mhm.
I think you should definitely put it out there because, like, that they already know that you are different and you have one hand and, like, they don't care,
Mhm.
Because, like, whenever you just hide it and stuff and then maybe they do care and they just, like, ghost you, like, that's not cool.
Yes, which that has happened to me, like, I made it so definitely made it obvious that I had 1 hand, but I don't know, guys just don't look at all the pictures, you think they would, but I had a guy, like, we had a date all set and ready to go, and before I go on a date with the guys, usually, if I don't mention it before the date, I at least mention, like, "Hey, just wanna give you a heads up, like, I was born without my right hand." Just because, like, I don't want them to show up to the date and then be like, "What the heck?" Like, I didn't know that. So, I give them, like, a little heads up, and he took a little while to respond,
Oh,
and he
no.
responded yeah. He responded with, "I can't go anymore." He's
He
like,
did
"I have"
not.
yeah, he's like, "I have plans now." And I was like, "Okay, well, we could reschedule if you want," and then completely ghosted me.
Was that, like, the only time? Like, how long were y'all talking? Like
I think, like, maybe 2 weeks. Well, maybe I don't know. Tinder's weird. Sometimes I would talk to people for, like, a few days, and sometimes I would talk to them for, like, 2 weeks. So I can't remember with him exactly.
I'm, like, totally infatuated with, like, the Tinder stuff because I didn't get to do it, so I wanna, like, live through you.
Yeah.
So, like, whenever I know you take photos and stuff like that, and, like, you say you put it in your photos, but you don't put it in your bio. So, like, why didn't you put it in your bio?
I don't know. I just put like I'm pretty sure I just put like I think I had it my sophomore year. So I put like sophomore at Ball State and like cheerleader, just like stuff about me, and I put like crazy cat lady or something.
Oh,
And
okay.
I just didn't mention like one-handed. I don't know. It just was not I just didn't ever mention it, but I at least showed them in my pictures. So,
Yeah, you thought that they would catch it there.
yeah. Mhm.
Was this probably, like, your 5th photo? Like, maybe we should have put it the first one? I don't know.
Yeah. Right up front. Yeah, I don't it was not the front first picture.
I know it's so scary and, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, embarrassing to, like, just put it out on your first or second photo, like, you don't want to, and I can speak from experience because, like, taking photos in general, like, I was hiding my arm constantly.
Mhm.
It was behind my back, I was wearing, like, sweaters, like, I did not want the world to know at all.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think you probably should, like, just dating wise, like, let them know up front because it would give you just that sense of like, comfortability that he already knows, he doesn't care, like, that would make me feel good. I think you
Mhm.
should just, like, put it out there, and it's good that you did, it's just he didn't look at it. Like, he
Yeah.
didn't he was like, "Oh, Imma do this hot girl, the first 2 photos, like, whatever." He was probably talking to other people too,
Oh, yeah, probably.
so
But I don't know. And then I had other guys who were like, "Oh, cool. I don't care."
yeah,
And
tell
I'm
me
like,
about those, like, tell me about the good experiences.
"Yeah." So I had guys where I'm like, "Hope that's okay," which I shouldn't even have to say, like, "I hope that's okay."
I
But I
know.
did, and they were like, "Yeah, that's totally fine." Like, or they would say like, "Oh, yeah, I know. I saw in your picture." So they already knew.
Oh,
And
well.
yeah, and honestly, like you're right about putting yourself out there and showing like your arm because the guys that are worth it are going to be the ones who accept you for who you are. You
Oh,
do not
yeah.
those guys who like turn you away because of your arm are not worth it.
No, they're just superficial, and they just want the blonde hair, big boobs, and, like, all limbs, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm glad that I just want everyone to just be confident in themselves. I know it takes so much time, like, I say just put it out there. That's what Imma say about Tinder and, like, Bumble and, like, whatever else. Just, like, put it out there. They're gonna look at all your social media accounts anyways,
Mhm.
you know? Like, you
Yeah.
know you stalk him or they stalked you.
Mhm.
At least that's what I would do.
Yeah. I know I
Like
definitely did.
like, any type of social media, I'm, like, looking at, stalking, like, does this person have a girlfriend? Like,
Mhm.
I need to know, like, I FBI'd it.
Yeah. Yeah. Um what was I going to say? Oh, and then like I know some people put like a funny little joke in their bio about their arm, which is something you could do too. I just couldn't ever think of any good jokes. But I mean, definitely, yeah. I would say make it known to the guys that you're going to date. Just because it also gives them like kind of a heads up too, and you don't have to have that awkward conversation of like I did where you're like, "Oh, by the way, I have one hand." So like they already know.
Yeah, did you ever have any, like, successful, like, dates from Tinder? Like, any, like, first dates or anything? And, like, did you hide your arm? Like, how did you go about that?
So I did have successful first dates, and I was very self conscious and like, um, I would hide my arm under the table. And so when I first went out with Paul, my fiance, we didn't meet on Tinder. We met in person, so he already knew about my arm. But even then, I like hid it under the table and like had to try and cut all my food with just my one hand, and it was so hard. And I don't know why I was like that because I'm like, he already met me in person before and knows I have one hand, but I was still like self conscious about
So he took you to dinner and you bought a steak, so you had to, like, eat it? What?
it. Well, I bought like pasta with like chicken, so the chicken was a little hard to to cut with the one hand.
That's the worst. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Same with me. So I met my husband in person as well. I was actually playing sports. So I was playing volleyball. So I was in like the tights and like a tank top, playing volleyball. And so
Mhm.
he already knew what I looked like, which felt really good. I was like, whatever. But I did the same exact thing. I hid it. I tried to hide
Mhm.
it. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, you cannot hide it. I'm literally in a spaghetti strap. Like, I'm so stupid. And my friend, we played volleyball together, and she was like, "Savannah, he already knows. Like, why
Mhm.
are you putting?" I literally put on a shirt, Kelsey. I was like, "I have to put on
Oh.
a long sleeve shirt. Like, I can't,
Yeah.
he can't see it."
Yeah.
But first dates, we had our first date, and I was not ordering anything I had to cut, like burger
Yeah.
all the way, like
That was
fries,
smart.
maybe just a salad. Like, that was it.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I still actually get embarrassed.
I know. Me
Do
too.
you?
I like in public, you mean?
Like, with your husband, like, I can tell you,
Oh.
so I get embarrassed. I still get embarrassed for this. Okay. So I love, and I love whenever your guy's driving and you're in the passenger seat and they like want to hold your hand while they're driving.
Mhm.
And like I can't do that because I'm missing my left hand.
Oh, yeah.
And it
Mhm.
sucks because my husband, we used to have a Challenger, and we were closer together. So he would like hold my leg when he was driving.
Mhm.
But he drove a stick shift, so he would, like, change gears, hold my leg, like, change gears.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, that's so cute." He's,
Aw.
like,
Yeah.
multitasking. But,
Yeah.
now we have a truck, and we're, like, so far away from each other, he, like, can't even get his arm past, like, the center console.
Mhm.
And I'm like, "If I had my left hand, I could reach out, and we could hold hands while he's driving and be cute."
True.
But
So, with me and Paul, like, it didn't take me too long to get comfortable with him with my arm because he's just such a nice person and caring and non-judgmental. And so, like, me right now, like, I could just I'll give him my arm to hold, and like I'll play with his hair with my arm, and like I just don't even care anymore, which is so nice because I was so self-conscious in the beginning.
yeah, I have gotten a lot more comfortable. That's the only thing I wish that I could really do. It does make me feel some type of way
Mhm.
just because, I don't know, I'm dumb, but,
No.
it still makes me feel like that, and especially, like, whenever we were just dating, like, I wanted
Mhm.
that cute and, like, you get butterflies when they do something really sweet.
Mhm.
Now that we are not dating, husband and wife and stuff, I've gotten a lot more comfortable with it. Like, whenever we got married, you hold your hands out like together.
Mhm.
You just like grab my nub, like
Yeah.
like whatever. And then something I do is like when I want him to be quiet or something, I just like shove my nub in his mouth.
Yeah.
I'm like, just stop. Or the best thing about it is that I don't know if you've ever tried it, but so my nub is like super bony at the end.
Mhm.
Is yours?
Yeah, I would say so too.
Okay. So if they're ever in trouble or like annoy you or something, so you can on their hand, you know how you're like your top of your hand, you have those little bones.
Mhm.
If you just rub your nub on those little bones, it hurts.
Oh my gosh.
I am so bad, but I do it for like a second. He's like, "Oh my god." And it's so
Yeah.
cute because he's like, "I wish I could do that to you."
No, all the time, Paul is like he's like, "That is a weapon. You can use
Yeah.
that as a weapon." Yeah, because all the time, like, when we're joking around, like, I'll, like, hit him in the stomach with my arm, and he's always like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah, it's like straight bone.
Yeah. It's so
Yeah,
funny.
I've definitely over the years and over time, you'll definitely become more comfortable. It's just like your friends, like you have your
Mhm.
friends that you're the most comfortable with. You can make jokes about it. Like you can just be yourself and not have to wear long sweatshirts. It'll definitely come with time
Mhm.
and holding. holding like your arm and stuff, my friends actually used to grab my nub while we played softball. I have no idea why, but she would just like grab it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, whatever. Just because I was comfortable with her and she didn't judge me or like just didn't care.
Yeah.
Um, my husband, I've gotten so much more comfortable with him with it.
Definitely. So that reminded me when you brought up the softball thing and your friend holding your arm. Um, you know when you had to get in like circles and everybody grab hands? Did you
No.
ever have to do that in school?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I dreaded that. And like I would have people or like at like a cheer camp or something, people who didn't know me and they ended up on my right side and they would like not even try and touch my arm or they would like put like their finger on my shoulder or
Oh
something.
my gosh.
Something super weird.
Stop. Because
Yeah.
that's what they do. They would just put their arm, like their hand on my shoulder.
Mhm.
That's
And
hilarious.
like so whenever possible, like if I had a friend there, I was like, you are going on my right side.
I know I would purposely like put them over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so another thing too is that I get embarrassed about is I think that I don't remember exactly, but I was going to like a dinner or I would go to like a holiday dinner with my husband's family and we would pray.
Mhm.
And like I don't know, like just me, I'm just like whipping out my hands, like I have two hands. And
Ugh.
I think I was by like my mother-in-law or something, and I don't know. She didn't hesitate. She didn't at all, which I was, like, so happy about, but me personally, I was, like, felt weird.
Mhm.
I'm like, "Is she gonna grab, like, my forearm or, like, my shoulder?" Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's like a free for all.
Yeah.
But I thought so hard about it, but she just, like, grabbed my nub, and I was like, "Okay, she's accepting."
Yeah. I know.
But
I don't know how I would feel if my mother-in-law grabbed my arm. I think I'd be like surprised, but also not surprised. I don't know.
what about,
But
like, little kids? Like, have you ever had, like, your niece or nephew or anything, like, when you're praying or something, like, do they grab it?
so I don't really have a lot of niece and nephews, but a lot of like just what was it? I think today, a little boy in the office, like he immediately saw my hand and my arm and he's like, "What happened to your arm?" And I'm like, "I was born this way." And he just kept asking it over and over. And he kept grabbing onto it and he's like, "Oh my gosh, what is this? That's cool." And he just kept grabbing my arm.
Oh, well.
Which which in a way I'm like, okay, I like this better than the that's weird. I'd rather them like touch my arm and see like it's just like a normal body part, you know?
Yeah, just to be, like, normal and natural, but
Mhm.
my niece and nephew, we would s be praying and stuff like that, and they'd be like I remember him saying, like, "Can I touch it?" I'm like, "Yeah," and
Yeah.
now it's like they're like, "Whatever." He's like, "Give me your nub, Savannah." Like, they just, like, call me out.
Yeah. But that's awesome though cuz like they're comfortable with you and that's like normal for them now.
Yeah, so whenever you and Paul get married, are y'all gonna, hold arms?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Uh, I let my nub go because, like, it's so much shorter than my regular arm, and so we would have to be, like, really close.
Oh yeah. I
So
didn't think of that.
I left, just our regular hand. We were just holding our hands whenever we were being married.
Mhm. Yeah, I'll have to practice that with Paul and see like how close we'll have to stand to each other.
Yeah, actually, I didn't even think about it, to be honest, because we wore mics when we got married
Mhm.
for, like, the videographer, and they were like, "You have to be kind of far a little bit more apart because then he'll pick up your audio."
Oh, yeah, we have a videographer too, so we might have to do that too.
Oh my god, best thing and best money I ever spent.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it.
So,
Uh,
whenever you, like, picked out your wedding dress, did you, like, wanna hide your arm or, like, have you picked out your wedding dress?
yes, I got my wedding dress. I got it pretty like soon after I got engaged, and I found it like on the first like wedding dress shopping visit. But
Ooh.
yeah, But I mean, I don't know. I'm at that point now. I don't think I even cared about my arm with the wedding dress and like trying it on in front of like all these people because there was a bunch of other families there and like everyone could see you standing on like the podium.
Yeah.
But it just didn't even bother me. I was so focused on like finding the dress. So,
That's good. I wish I would have found mine on the first try, but I was like, I went in with saying like, "Oh, I want this," but then I ended up getting something completely different.
yeah. No, my dress it, I don't want to give too much detail about it because Paul's
Okay,
gonna
don't
listen
say
to
it, don't say
this.
it.
Yeah.
But I do need a photo.
Yes, I will send it to you afterwards. Um, and then I just wanted to bring up one more thing about like the arm holding. So my first boyfriend, when he held my arm for the very first time, we were at like a picnic table, and I had both my arms like on the table, and he grabbed my hand and my arm like together, and I immediately like chills went down my body and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, does he realize like what he just did? He's probably so embarrassed and freaking out that he grabbed my arm like and I was freaking out that he was freaking out." And then later he told me like I didn't think any of that.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
Um,
So, yeah.
yeah, I mean, definitely you're gonna find your person and they're not gonna care and it's gonna be amazing and it's just gonna feel so right. I do not have that same comfortability with my ex.
Mm,
I don't even think he even touched my arm. And like,
really?
yeah, never. Didn't even like talk about it. But like we were dating so young and like through high school, it was just like I was so comfortable with him that I never dated anyone else because he was just like mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good relationship. He was like telling me like no one will want you because you look like that. Like
That's horrible.
yeah, that's for like a definitely another like recording to talk about that. But yeah, he never cared to do that. But Zach, what was so sweet is that he didn't even ask Kelsey. Like he didn't even care. Like
Mhm.
months into dating, I was like, "Hey, bro, you gonna like ask what happened or like what?"
Okay,
And
that's literally the same with me and Paul.
oh,
Like I just didn't even think about like telling him like, "Oh yeah, by the way, like this is what happened. Like I was born this way." Like he was checking out my YouTube channel and like I had a documentary and I was about to say like, like I was born with one hand and he like paused it and was like, "Hey, do you want to talk about this before we watch it? Like I never really asked like what happened." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't even think about it."
that's so cute. And I think that's so genuine because like Zach said the same thing. He was like, I really didn't care like what happened. Like it didn't matter.
Mhm.
And I was instantly like, I'm in love.
Yeah. Yeah. It's dating with like any type of difference. I mean, dating in general is hard, but like it's especially hard when you have a difference because then there's one more thing that you're worried about.
Yes. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're worried about your hair, you're worried about where you're going, what you're gonna eat. Like, oh, it's just like adding another thing is just it's
Mhm.
hard. But when you find that person and like you finally find yourself too, like
Mhm.
it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. I know. I just want to say like again, I can't even emphasize this enough because like it took me forever to realize it that the guys that want to be with you for who you are and like do not care about your arm, like those are the guys that are worth it. The ones who judge you and are like, never mind, I can't go on this date or whatever, like that is not worth it. You are worth so much more than that. Like you're beautiful just the way you are.
I couldn't have said it better. 100% agree with you, Kelsey. Um, I know that we kind of sound like your parents, but like we're young and like we went through it, you know? Like
Mhm.
it's honestly it sucks, but like you're gonna learn from it and you're gonna grow from it. And you're gonna not care. Like I see these girls on Instagram with like this like a missing leg or like missing other limbs, and I'm like, she is bomb. Like I actually want to be
Mhm.
missing a leg. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe I don't want my arm. I want two arms and not a leg. Like she's so
Mm.
freaking gorgeous.
I've seen some like really cool like prosthetic legs that have like they're like bedazzled and it's so cute.
Yes. Yes. There's one leg that has like snake skin or something. I can't remember the
Ooh.
girl, but I'm gonna try and find her and like post it on our story because she is just gorgeous and I think she models too.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's go into some of our listener questions. We wanted to answer some at the end of our episodes.
Okay.
Okay, so one of our listener questions, they asked, what is your favorite thing about having one hand? I'm gonna
Okay.
say my favorite thing about having one hand is that, okay, I have two things.
Hmm.
One, I get half off nails.
Yes.
Two, that I'm unique.
Hmm.
There is no one, I know there's no one like you, but like we're especially unique because we are like missing a limb.
Hmm.
What
Yeah.
about you?
I would say that too. Mine is a little more like my favorite thing is that I get to joke around about it. Like for Halloween, me and Paul dressed up like he dressed up like a shark and I dressed up like a lifeguard and we made it seem like he bit my arm off and like
No.
yes.
Did
I
you have
had
the
like
fake blood and everything?
yes, I had fake blood all over my arm and like my tank top and like he was in this giant shark costume.
Okay, immediately post that to the stories because like I have to see it too.
Yes, I will definitely post that.
Okay, because
But
that
the,
is hilarious.
yeah. And then like on vacation, I think we were in Mexico. Me and my dad, there was like this statue of an alligator and he had his mouth open. So me and my dad got a picture where he's like screaming and like I have my arm in the alligator's mouth. Like he bit it off. So yeah, I don't know, stuff like that. I think makes it fun.
I love that you guys are pretty good like jokesters about it. Um, I think that me and my husband, we don't like we joke about it, but not like super openly.
Mhm.
Like with us and like with family, we'll joke about it, but other than that, I don't really do that. But I love that you guys have that type of relationship.
Yeah. And it makes it nice. It's also nice because like I can talk to him like Paul about like serious stuff too and I can go to him when I'm having like I call them like my bad arm days.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cute.
So like I can just go to him and like talk to him and he tries to understand, you know, as much as he can and he tries to comfort me and so that's nice too.
That is so nice, and I think that, like, I get to go to Zach too and, like, talk about it, and I think he helps with it, but I feel like he doesn't understand,
Mhm.
and, they try to understand as much as possible as they can and, like, help us through it, and sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Like, I think one time I had a problem opening up something, and he was like, "Here, try it this way, maybe you'll be able to do it by yourself," and,
Mm.
like, he helped me navigate through that, which was so nice.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree about they don't fully understand like what we're going through. Like even my friends and family, like when I'll like complain about like, oh my gosh, you know, I was at this little camp and all these little kids were staring at me and pointing and like made a big scene about it. And like they would just respond with like, it's fine, it's fine. And I'm like, it's not fine.
Yeah, like, they don't feel it. Like, when I
Yeah.
say, like, we get a certain feeling and, like, a certain vibe, it really is and it kinda makes my heart drop a little bit.
Mhm.
Do you get that?
Yeah. It
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
it
know.
definitely it makes me feel all like, "Ugh, I wish I wasn't like this."
Oh, I have said the same thing.
Mhm.
But then I come back to reality, and we love helping others, and, like, our story is gonna help other little limb different people and other little nubs and stuff, so that makes me so happy, and just, like, sharing our journey and, like, doing this, it's just, like,
Mhm.
unbelievable. I'm, like, so happy with it.
I know, like, back in, like, middle school, I never would have thought I'd be, like, having a podcast all about limb differences because, like, back then I was like, "I hate being different."
Right? I know, like, I played sports and, like, I feel like that helped me too with, like, my confidence, but, like, everyone knew, like, "Oh, Savannah, the one-armed girl's playing today." Like
Yep. Yep, I was the one-armed cheerleader.
Yep. I don't even know how you did cheerleading because I wanted to do cheerleading, and I was like, "How am I gonna hold this pom-pom?" Like, I'm so embarrassed.
I just didn't even hold a pom-pom in that arm. I just held the one.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, I think that's like we covered everything about dating. I mean, not everything, but like for the most part, like our stories with dating.
Yeah, I think we did too. I think we gave some good stuff.
Yeah, and like if you guys have any other questions about dating or like just anything you want to talk about, feel free to like leave them in the comments or DM us and we'll be happy to respond.
Yes, definitely don't be shy. We're here to help and, like, try to help you navigate life. So just let us know.
All right. So, so we are getting really close to having 1,000 followers, which is super exciting.
I
And
know.
yeah, and so once we hit that 1,000 follower mark, we mentioned this last time, but we're gonna do a little giveaway. Do you want to talk about it, Samia?
Yes. So we are going to do the giveaway. We have decided to, I don't know if you guys know, but if you go to my personal page, I do have a merchandise line called Made Worthy. Absolutely love it. You can go look at it, but we are going to include a Made Worthy sweatshirt. And whoever wins is we're going to have to get their information and like get like a sizing. We didn't want to do like a neutral size, like a medium or something. We want it to
Mm-hmm.
be tailored to you and like you love it. So we'll
Mm-hmm.
give you that, and then I think Kelsey is going to give you guys a personalized cup, which has, like, a little limb different, like, monogrammed on it,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have, like, a few other little things that we might include in it. We don't know exactly yet, but those are the 2 main things that we're gonna put in the giveaway basket, so we're super excited about that.
Yeah. I'm just so excited that this is, like our page is growing so fast and we're finding more and more limb different people that are enjoying the page.
I know, and, like, I was never a podcast person, but, like, the past, like, year, I think I've gotten into it. Whenever you kinda suggested it, I kinda, like, started researching,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if there's a lot of podcasts like us.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard of really any others like this.
I know, so that's, like we are, like, one and done, like, you just have to listen to us.
Yeah, gotta listen.
But since we are almost done, I want you guys to, follow our Instagram page, follow our podcast. We are on Spotify, Apple, and we have our YouTube channel. So go ahead and subscribe to all those and whatever else you listen to. Don't listen to anything else, only listen to us.
Yes.
And we love you all listeners. So we'll see you again soon.
All right. See ya.